Hey, Daniel Barry, brother, good to see you. Oh, Molly. Hey, Poppy. Hey, no, come here. Molly. Molly, stop it. Damn it. Hmm. There we go. I get something booted up here. Oh, shit, man. I'll take some hits when the 420 gets here. Till then, I'm just sitting and killing my work. Let's go up here. Mhm. What are we going to be working on today? It's Monies. Hey, holy shit. Nice. Good to see you, brother. I'm just sitting here getting some tattoo designs laid out in the papers. Rocking out to a little bit of music, waiting for the 420 to get here. How are we today? Hell yeah, man. Matter of fact, a little bit I can show you all some progress on some things. One second here. Just do a little bit of research. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh shit, man. Yeah, we're just laying out some designs here. Seeing what I was gonna go on for the 420. Like I said, in just a second here, I'll show you what I got going on the papers. Talking out to a little bit of tunes while we're going through it, yeah. Working on some samurai portraits. You know, I still have to do the whole corner of that eye, the cheek, that part of the head. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Oh, shit. Hell yeah. See, I've heard of some people like that. I tried to learn a little bit of that myself. But there certainly is a knack to it. Hmm. Hmm. Thank you, brother. Hell yeah. See, there's something I learned, at least as far as this art style goes, that there is a certain flow to the line work where you can compensate for one or two strokes of the pen for negative spaces, such as, let's say, the whole way the face was mapped out. You know, I could have gone, as direct over as I could, but I kind of mapped out the negative spaces with where it was going to flow along and then connect to the next and then flow along. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. It, it is something that this whole practice has taught me a lot about and I'm still learning about. Shit, thank you, brother. See what I can get done today. As far as the mythology part of it goes, nearly every aspect of, let's say, a tattoo like this, when it's lined up on somebody's either back section or one of the pecs or on the side of the arm, placement, how much area is filled, what's around that space, all of that is just steeped in mythology and meaning. One of the things I've been trying to learn since I've been practicing this for maybe close to a year now. Coming up on a year now, a little bit less. Get the hair out of my face here. Yeah, I was just doing normal flash work and, near traditional and things like that, but then traditional Japanese really caught my eyes, and then I began to realize just how much meaning there is steeped in each one of these pieces. Back. We'll line up another paper, because while I'm working on two pieces in tandem with each other, there's going to be the Namakubi, it's called, and the Kappa, which the Kappa is more of a mythological creature than a motif for a meaning. So I'm flexible with that. I can work with somebody with a base price, and then I can go from there. Hell yeah. Depending on how much time has gone into and how much time it really took to get that design around. Also, depending on how much they have to work with. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. See, holy shit, I forgot that they had a reference to one of those there. Hell yeah. Well, that whole series was kind of subtly a reference to them. Holy shit, dude. I almost forgot about all that. Hell yeah. Good shit. Yeah. Shit. I almost forgot about that. You know, about that, what you said there about having an idea you just can't seem to put onto paper. Uh, that has been one of the reasons why when I work on one of these ideas, I will ultimately go over and over again, multiple tries on a piece of paper. Because to get that really envisioned the way you want it in line work, it takes a little bit, man. It takes a little bit. Hell yeah. 1 second. I'm actually gonna take y'all over here with me real quick. It's a short intermission to get something to eat. Oh. Second here. You know what, actually? Hang on. Let's see if there's anything downstairs here in a little bit. Back to work for a little while. Ooh, I like that. And I could see how that takes a little bit. Kind of a balance between the two styles, intermingling them both, well, if you want to word it that way. Um, huh, interesting. Interesting. I sounds like it'd have an awesome turnout, though. As far as that classically lined look to it, both those styles seem like they'd go very well together. Hell yeah. See, before I really got, well, repetitively into the Japanese stuff, that was also what I was kind of breaking up my time with. Whenever I'd get, brain numb of doing a lot of the Japanese, I would switch to, well, American traditional Sailor Jerry type uh, motifs, and then back and forth. I I thought learning about that style was awesome, dude. And to think that it was pioneered from initially one tattoo artist with an insanely deep vision. Uh, yeah, man. I still revert back to that every now and then. Oh hell yeah! So I was doing a lot of the flash designs. Let's say flappers, anchors. Let me see here. I think I might go back on one of those ideas today because I had the baseline of it put out. But as far as a final for this whole anchor motif I had going on, the final never really got put onto paper. But the initial was what am I trying to say here? The initial was kind of fade lined, and all the stuff was there for the beginning of it. I just needed to get all that darkened in and the final touches put onto it. Let's say, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's very true. I mean, once again, with the principle of time is money and time is practice, very much so. See, so that is one of the things that, let's say, well, I've been sitting here for the past couple of years getting my stuff done. I have tried to do a balance of because I know I spend a lot of time on one piece. And let's say to calculate a year, even a year and a half worth of time and, well, ink saturation, it might tally up to a lot, especially if that's just for the design alone. So I've been trying to work around a little bit with that. I want to see this take off, but I also want to see people get good designs for an efficient price. And I also don't want to low sell myself either. So, in a trifecta of those three things, a balance of, I've been trying to work with. Oh, for real though, especially when it comes to getting something put on your skin permanently. Yeah, man. I'd agree. I mean, then you have work that, let's say, was done too cheaply, if we'll call it that, You have where the ink wasn't saturated enough, where the ink was saturated too much. You get blowouts. You you very well get a fucking infection if the tattoo artist isn't careful. Oh yeah. On the actual pen and needle side of things, I understand that very much. See, while I'm an artist and a designer at it, and until I can actually pick up the pen and needle, I am in a phase now where I don't want people to have to pay too much for the design and then have to go get it put on somewhere and then pay a whole other out of pocket for that as well. So hmm, that is where I'm trying to find a fine line. Because once again, if I'm sitting here doing these designs almost 24/7 and trying to strive for the absolute pinnacle of work that I can achieve, you're right. I don't want to undersell myself for it, and I also don't want to see people once again pay astronomically out of pocket for just a design, and then go to their artist and then have their artist say, "Okay, well, it's going to be a couple thousand more to get it put on your skin." There's a couple things there that I'm working with that while I'm in this phase of, let's say, my journey on this. I mean, I've had blatant conversations with people where they straight out tell me, I can just go get the idea, take it to a tattoo artist, and they can do it. You can. You're right, but you could spend so much time to make sure that that design is correct and every detail of it's put down, and have that just inch more discussion with somebody to make sure, go the little bit of the extra mile to make sure that you go take that absolute design to your artist for what, a little bit more. So yeah, it's been something that I've been trying to work in the grounds of. Of course, let's say to get proportions down, I use a lot of stuff like this. Might just seem like random caps and sizers all over the room, but as far as really making sure that proportions are set, let's say using different caps and different things as such for a negative area to really get spaces down. And then in the rough of that, where you have all those spaces filled in, then you go in and make sure that everything is graphed up correctly to make sure that that design has no loose ends to it. It's something's not more proportioned out or some less proportioned out than another aspect of that piece. Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. Now, once again, I have had the other end of the conversation happen. Rarely, but it has happened enough to make a point where I've had, the response of, well, why am I discussing it here if I could just go take this design to a tattoo artist? You could do that. You could very much do that. Um, I pretty much, in the phase that I'm at now in my life of getting this work done, once again, before I'm able to pick up the needle and pen, is to provide people with the middleman to get their pieces fine tuned and talked about with the process for a lot of reasons. To get everything proportioned better, to maybe understand the process a little bit better of the piece that they're trying to do, to discuss the meaning of it, of that piece that they're doing, because that can lead to all different avenues and possibilities of a change in a piece. So, a little bit of a back and forth between the two. I Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Depends on the piece that it is and how the conversation takes place. I start from a baseline, and if something is scaled up to a point where it might, by the very line work itself, like let's say, for instance, a piece on the back, right? Well, if there are pieces on that that have really bold lines that are really going to scrape over shoulder blades and things like that, well, that's going to be an aspect of discussion. So I might use topics like that to transfer over how I'm going to actually sketch this on paper, so that little has to be explained and transferred when they go take it to their artist, and they don't have to format it in like, well, there's this was sketch, but I don't want it like this. I want to delete a lot of that conversation. So when I sketch something, they can take it to their artist and be like, this was put exactly how I want it done as far as gradiency and saturation on the paper. I'd like it done almost exactly like that on skin. No, no problem, Rez. No problem. Uh, I'm enjoying conversation either way. Thank you. Thank you. See, I really appreciate that, because I know when I first started this, I mean, even trying to learn my own phrasing and learn my own topics of discussion, if you will, was kind of all over the place. So I kind of, for the couple years that I've been on here, spent the first couple, when I really got serious about this, was learning how to translate certain topics to speech and go over them in such a way where it was detailed, it was to the point, and it was simple. So I very much appreciate that. It's something I'm still working on, but seeing that I'm coming a little bit of a way with it, I'll keep going at what I'm doing. Now, second. Hell yeah. See, there's some other stuff that I'm working on that might also in the future get translated into tattoo work. Let's say backgrounds, where this is just an example, but working with geometrical shapes and patterns. And let's say in the future, I might pair both the Irizumi that I'm doing and these patterns together. Whereas there's the traditional background of darkened out rocks and scenery and elements of, well, waves, plants, things like that. I might add a little bit of a neo-traditional spin to it by doing, once again, some of these backgrounds. Let's say they're repeated geometrics as a background, and you can see how well it transfers over. But those take a while. I get that. Well, let's say the whole time they're working like this and they're really kind of parting skin and seeing how that's going to work, and then working with, like you said, where an arm is hanging lax on the side of a chair to get a piece done. You're all getting different saturations on skin with that. So that when it comes to, once again, patterns like this and marrying that with, let's say, neo-traditional or classic or Japanese traditional being Irizumi, there are different techniques to go about that, especially if you decide to use the American traditional route of the tattoo machine, or you use the Japanese traditional route of the Tebori pick. So with that, you have all these different angles that you're angling that pick at to get these different injections of ink, which ultimately form different shapes of the grand scheme of things. Something I'm still learning about. I've seen artists go at a piece where they're as fast as they can just lining the Tebori pick all the way up an area at an angle or straight down to get different strokes of ink with each injection. And trust me, if I knew a little bit more on that, that's one of the artifacts that I'm still kind of learning a little bit more on. Um, then I'll translate more as I learn more about it. But as far as what I know now, Molly, hey, Molly, hey, stop, goofy dog, come here, come here. That's something I'm still learning about. Is how exactly those techniques are used in traditional Tebori. It's it's similar to stick and poke, but it once again it has its own respective background, has its own respective techniques. Ah, whoa! I don't think I have. That sounds really cool, though. Huh? I don't think I've seen that, but once again, it sounds like an awesome concept. Huh. Interesting indeed. Huh. Thank you, Res brother. That's appreciated. I'd like to do a little bit of research on this. Yeah, because that sounds really cool. Really cool. 1 second. I'm just gonna make myself something to eat here real quick. Oh, excuse me. Come on, damn it. Nice. A second. Let me see something real quick. Interesting. Hell yeah! See, I have a lot to learn about those. The synthetic skins. Matter of fact, there's one that they just came out with where it's supposed to be like 99.9% similar to how human skin would react to ink. But it's really fucking expensive though. A little bit of something to eat. So we can get back to it. Yeah. Oh. The that, hell yeah. That's another thing that I've heard a little bit about. The technique with the orange. Yeah, that's some kind of old school, isn't it? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The interesting thing though, regarding that topic, is I've seen people do practice on things like that, and they'll go all out. And by the time they're done, I've seen some pretty in-depth projects done on what was just practice with a needle onto, like you said, something like an orange. But they put their all into it. So that the saturation, the line techniques, just fucking awesome. Almost by the time you're done, you're sitting there and you're like, wow, I can't believe that's a piece of fruit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. One second. There we go. Oh, hell yeah. See, back when, let's say, I might have dabbled in some techniques, like, let's say, stick and poke. I was one of the things that I love to do was get something simple like that, and once again have one of those all-out kind of exercises where, even though it's a practice element, you put absolutely all of what you know into that, and once again, by the time it's done, you're sitting there and you're like, wow, I just went completely OCD technique on this practice where it looks almost too good to throw away. Chaka, very good to see you, brother. How are you today? Shit. We're just sitting here having a little bit of tattoo discussion. Chilling out the afternoon, shooting the shit. Good to see you. Good to see all y'all today. Hell yeah, man. Actually, I gotta see here. Guys, all this chit chat of is maybe a little bit more inspired to see some of my pages here. One second while I do a bit of research. See, talking a little bit on the tattoo side of things again, I've been seeing a lot with, let's say, like what would be simple flashes regarding Japanese. It, dude, the amount of precision that is put into what would still be considered a simple flash is mind-boggling to me. Like when you're doing, like, let's say, hair on the head, there are all of these uniform line strokes, like hundreds of them, just uniformly put up to each other, about a centimeter in width. Something that I'm still practicing on, and I have a far way to go. Beautiful precision, though. Let me see here. See if we can do a little bit of practice in the papers on this. Yeah, like let's say trying to get the concept done, whereas that's done in graphite. The width of even that lead right there is way too thick for the line work. So where the flashes comes in, I might do rows of that line work in the graphite, but each one line stroke of that graphite might equal like 3 line strokes of the pen by the time I get done. What the fuck do I hear outside? Oh, the dog hears it too. What's going on up there, pup? Hmm? I don't see nothing out there. Hmm. Interesting. Let's see here. So what I need to do before I start getting my fine details down is proportion. Trying to find some of those caps that I was talking about earlier. Not really anything that's circle shaped. This will even do. And make my base shapes for proportion. Good. Now, if I can find my ruler. Can't find my ruler. Alright, so it might take us a little bit more time, but we're going to go at this a little bit freehand as far as proportions go. Because usually, I'll have my ruler be starting points of that to help me determine where exact width and here we go. So I would use one of these to help me. Let's say if that was the middle point, go out to here, and that might be from the middle point to both ends, the width apart for, let's say, eyes and the nose bridge. So I'd be studying things like that on the ruler to make sure I was exactly as accurate as I could be. Indeed. Rez, I can relate to that. Let's say in the middle of the process of this, like I've tried to show step by step what it takes to create one of these pieces, or at least in my mind. And up until literally when it's done, the whole thing doesn't make fucking sense. There's just line work all over the place, and it almost looks like a Van Gogh piece. But then by the time it gets done, things just kind of add up. Especially if the proportions are correct. Oh, like let's say for these proportions, drawing that circle down, and then with a ruler drawing the baseline down the center. If I'm even 1 centimeter off center, the whole thing's gotta look fucked. And then I'll have to reproportionate, still using the same shapes and proportions because I don't want to completely erase that, model the page, and continue. So I'll just kind of format that to where things should be. Yep. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. See, that's kind of what I'll do is I'll pick a certain spot to start proportioning, and I'll add things up as it needs to go along. And, well, that's what I've said in the past. Throughout all that erasing and all that happens, that page might be a little bit smudged at the end. So what I'll do when I get the final done is then I'll take that final, put a piece of paper over it, and redo all that line work with all of the smudging and erasing because I've already figured out the proportions. Well, let's say a piece like this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, whereas I'm doing one of these Namakubi flashes, right? The samurai head. I have probably erased a couple of times on trying to proportion the eyes with the ears. And if I do that, then I have to reproportion the jawline and where that goes. So getting everything to add up to each other has taken a couple of tries on a separate piece of paper of drawing the line work, erasing it, reproportioning, erasing that, reproportioning different designs until we get it right. All right. So, well, that's one of the reasons why whenever somebody might say, oh, you've erased that so many times, are you sure you know what you're doing? You know, that's just proof that artist knows what they're doing because they're taking time to figure out where the errors are, find the proportions, reproportion them, and then work with the proportions that they have. Oh, yeah. Ultimately it's taking care for one flash design that might be as simple as it may look to another eye. Taking care to make sure it's as accurate as can be. Yeah, indeed, indeed. That actually happens a lot with the work that I do. I well, I'll go over. I'll start with a certain attribute of it, and then I'll keep messing around with things until they just fall into place. And well, once again, if the paper is really scuffed up by then I'll just work with that design that the final came out with, and I'll put it onto another piece of paper. And well, if it happens with that piece of paper, but it's more fine lined out than it was, proportioned out than it was, well, then it might take like 3 sheets of paper just to get one design down. And ultimately, I've once again the question has raised itself in the past. Why are you redoing the same design over and over again on another piece of paper? That's exactly why. Because to say that sequence would get done on the first one, absolutely correct. And B, I'm still a student in this, I consider myself. Well, even less than that, because I haven't sought out somebody to tutelage under yet. So once I do that, then I'll actually hopefully be considered a student of that person and go from there. So how do I say it? Right now, I'm even less than that, a studier, if you will. Getting these things done so that hopefully someday I can traditionally travel to one of these practitioners, one of these artists, and show them my work, show them my studies on what I've gotten down thus far over the years. And in their opinion, and yeah, it might sound a little bit pretentious to begin with, but when you have somebody who's worked with a staple of tradition and culture when it comes to an art form, then it's just that. Getting verification from them, if you know so much about that culture and that art form enough to understand further on it, to where they take you under their wing, right? That's what I'm doing now, is making sure that I at least understand the basics enough so that someday, should I still continue to decide to pursue this and show all my results to, I can uniformly explain, this is what I practiced on, this is what this means, these are what I learned that these individual aspects of this piece means. And once again, with the memory, I get that not all of it is going to stick. But with me writing papers and writing studies on all of this, that's where my memory really is. My memory is in papers. So for all the time you all see me writing down paragraphs and paragraphs of just information, that's my memory bank. Because I know I'm not going to retain it up here. So the paper is where it is. And I can divert to that and be like, you know what, that makes sense, because it's exactly the way that I wrote it to understand it myself. Yeah, yeah. Rez, you're exactly right. There is well, it puts into a higher meaning of natural beauty, right? And natural beauty is something that's hard to be replicated. Yeah, yeah. Hmm? Yeah. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Love you, Shell. Okay. Well, yeah. Sorry about that. Sisha checked in with me there for a moment. Um, it really goes into studying the natural patterns of things. And even with a pen, you learn patternism, you learn the synchronization of patternism, as much as the human mind can comprehend. Well, let's say, like you said, Ruz, there is a natural beauty to things that just is there. To try to recreate it would it hasn't been done in the time that human beings have. Um, and there was a study I wanted to do on that as well, as far as painting, let's say. Painting, and the prime example being nebulas, space nebulas. Right? So you work with, so if you're working with paint shades, contrast from those paints to straight black, and trying to get patternisms down, things like that, it ultimately it's going to look orchestrated because it was done by the human hand rather than an example of God and nature itself. Now, there is that to those who are in tune with it enough, and if I may get this deep about it, um, where they are in tune with, the mental message being sent and what they feel is spiritually speaking to them that conveys through their work. And then, that kind of breaks that barrier a little bit. But even so, that's a link, let's say, to understand the beauty and perfection of nature in the form of, and convey that onto paper itself. That one of the reasons why I appreciate pieces like that, because let's say, I have a telescope on me right now. Can I always zoom in on something and lock onto something? No, no. But to see something that can be replicated as well as it can be with the human hand, it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Especially if it's well done enough so where I don't feel like I have to look through my telescope in order to get the same feel looking at this. Or that it's close enough, should I say. At some point when in the next couple of years, probably because I'm doing studies of this right now, and to fill this in with the studies of this would be a lot for me. So at some point in the next couple of years, if I could get back into um studying nebula with the telescope and then somehow recreating portraits of that on paper, I would love to. It would take me probably a couple of years for each one, depending on how deep I get into the saturation and detail of each piece, let's say. Because let's say with shading, right? I can sit there with even a pencil and to spend even hours on what would be a diaphragm box, even that big, just trying to get the saturation down on an area that big on paper before you work on the rest shows how much the saturation is going to be on the whole piece. Which ultimately adds up into hours, hundreds of hours, and sometimes even months on one piece. So it is something that at one point I was doing a study on, and I would like to get back into the study of. Because I found that as I was getting more and more done, being once again a little section being a lot, if we're talking about saturation and how much was done in each section, then just how saturated that piece looked in the end. But once again, that's something that it takes a fair amount of time and patience for the piece being done. Now, That's ultimately another one of the reasons why, let's say, I'd have 10 pieces going in rotation. Because I would do that technique on one of my highly saturated pieces and then decide that, you know what, I don't really know where that's going to go right now. I'm going to use the same technique on another piece and let that one sit for a little bit before I know what's going to happen when I go back to it. And I think I've showed my whole bin of papers, down, yeah, down there. That whole bin is filled with ongoing pieces. That some have been done basically, some have been done with high amounts of saturation, where years later they're still in the process. So I know for a time it may seem like I put like a piece away mentally and physically for, let's say, a couple months to a year, but eventually it gets brought back out again. And when I look at it like it's new all over again, there are multiple states of mind that go into one piece ultimately. Because let's say I might have forgotten what the mindset was in the beginning. So I look at it, and somewhat of that mindset comes back, but other portions of it are changed because time has passed. So there could be multiple states of mind done in one piece that translate over to each other. Yeah. And that by the time I've gotten something like that done, it's pretty interesting to see. Because once again, you see a whole piece done, but you see different areas of it that were inspired by different times of thought that somehow all blended together seamlessly by finding calculations of in that time and moment how they would fit together. Yeah, man. Put simple, I've noticed that all of this, depending on no matter what piece I'm doing, is one huge transformative thought process. And deeper, a study on that thought process. I could start my piece, the same piece, with one thought process and have it transformatively just evolve as I'm evolving the piece of work. And over that time, I used to write little sections on this because over that time, the thoughts on the process itself, well, they would teach me some things about that, about how to go about things regarding the papers, how to go about things regarding the technique, how those um what's what I'm trying to grovel for here? Those techniques might change. Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Now, like 1 second here, because I am just going to take a quick intermission to get us up out of the desk for a minute, and I'll have y'all right here in my pocket with me, and I'm actually going to help get the cats taken care of. Hang on 1 moment. Please, oh, it smells like soap. Oh, soap and all the people. Yeah. Yeah. Hubert, I'm just fucking maybe getting shit done. Ordering? Making stuff. Nice. Oh yeah.
Huh. I didn't see it in there, but I don't put it right now. I'll get it tomorrow and it's going to
Yeah.
If I tell you about the brain juice right now, will you break it down? Yeah.
Got something in my stomach other than coffee. Yeah, I can fluid boil. Actually, speaking of fluid boil, do you want to have one of those cans down there?
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, walking it's not really flavored, so if you need to add a little bit of something to it, hell, even that coffee syrup, that little bit of vanilla, if you put a tiny bit of it, will just sweeten enough that you can drink
A
it.
couple of grams of sugar.
Or some lime juice or something.
Hell yeah. What are you doing?
Cheers.
Oh, it tastes like horseradish. Yeah, shouldn't be. Oh, okay. I forget what I'm doing. One sec, y'all. Let me just get a couple household chores done. Won't take me long, only a couple minutes.
How are you feeling about that? You want me to do it? Want me to just come do it when you get in the shower or something?
I don't mind, yeah.
Yeah, then you just start off. And then when you come back, I'll probably let you do dinner, and then you should be good to go on tours. Then all you gotta do is go out to the shower. Okay.
Okay, look.
I'm gonna put the time to clear up a little bit off. I want to go to the shower.
Yeah. No, sounds good.
I actually got two different kinds of chicken. If you want, I can make the two different kinds of things.
Oh, yeah.
I think I got some like general.
Is that what's going on?
Oh, she put the strawberries in her. These are the bad too.
Yeah.
Strawberries. Oh. Oh.
You're being a pain, aren't you? Oh my goodness. Anything else?
See, I got these. Yeah, so 120, 2026.
Okay, that's lovely.
This is grilled orange chicken and brown rice and first I believe.
Is it?
Oh, do you want this one for dinner?
I guess.
Or do you want me to make the, I gotta throw these out if we're not gonna do that today. This is what I want to put my phone in.
I don't like that one sounds really good.
What one? Yeah. I know. I'm gonna probably make that. You don't think you'll eat that? I don't think all of them will either. And then this is the orange chicken and stir fry veg and rice. You don't think you want that either? Not really.
Not really.
It's okay. I'll make this is what I have. This is what I'm gonna make. This is, well, you probably won't be able to chew that, so. Probably not.
Wow.
Okay, we'll have that then. And then I'm gonna do the rest of this chicken fried rice. And I have the mandarin orange chicken and I have barbecue teriyaki chicken. So I think I'll just do it both of those.
Okay.
I'll just make this up for me. It sucks, I gotta throw that. You want one in your fridge in case you get hungry like late tonight? Or you wanna put that in there? Well, actually, I'll send Jed up with you with this stuff when you come back. You wanna take the barbecue? Throw that one in there because we're not gonna need that. Okay, you can go ahead and take the garbage out. Can you grab the bathroom garbage before you tie that? Just like, clear it out and stop by the bathroom when you leave it again.
Yeah. You're welcome. Alright. If y'all can hear me on the thing there, just let me take the garbage out. And I'll be right with y'all. Okay. You're welcome. Trembling out of God, it's fucking cold out here, man. Oh, yeah. Woo! You might be able to get me where a fucking muffler did up here where it's going. What the? Hi, dude. Yeah.
No boxes in there?
Oh,
Okay, can you watch up?
yeah. I organized all that too. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I want to put this stuff in there. And then this is beta drink. I'm gonna have some too.
What is it?
I like that.
Is that the watermelon? Oh, thank you. What, this one? Like, yeah. Tastes like salt and yeah.
Once you finish your sandwich, and then, you say we're gonna finish.
Okay.
So you can win last night, and that was already been pushing it. But the day before, I think it was the day before. No, something that was infected. Or was it?
That's it.
Huh?
Here. That's it.
I'm trying to help you. Let me help. Please. Oh yeah.
Did you forget that what happened? Slipped in my ass.
Good for cracking it.
Pink will go up your nose. God. What are you doing, Princess? I don't know what you're doing. Makes two of us. Yeah. Molly, what do you think's happened? I think you're getting a handout, huh? Hmm.
Hurry up.
What else it smells like? You're not there.
No.
There's something you don't know about, Shell. Oh, maybe you're fucking adopted. I might be.
Otherwise.
God.
That mug is under there.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, go on. Dispose of that.
I don't think I do that. Lucky one of us does.
Dry? Oh, what?
Oh, shit, man. And
People get themselves. You didn't want to go last night. You more than this.
yeah, you know, what? But just hear me out.
No.
How do you know where that's been? Can never be too sure with things like that. Come on now. Oh. Are you though? Can never be too sure with you.
Oh God, I swear.
So the grocery store is just pre-wrapping them.
Oh, shit. Oh. I can put a whole bunch of salad on this. Maybe healthy and shit.
You hear what she's watching in there?
Mm-hmm.
You know what the hell it is? But the TV was the shit, man. TV on drugs. It's a cucumber, you chew it. I think you can talk them the fuck up. Yeah, but then if you ever get a stupid like that, you know, like bite it off, you know? Yeah, but once again, you ever get a situation where, you know, you gotta bite it off, and you won't be able to because you don't have teeth. Yeah, I see that. I see.
Something like that.
Holy shit. I go fucking.
I'm sure Sam can take your time. After a while, when it's gonna be okay.
No, fuck right.
What ever do you?
Let's talk about that. Oh. You write those feelings down. And you know, the thing is, you show them to therapy, but they won't help you.
That's what the family time have ever known. I'm good to be honest with you, Jonathan. This fucking douchebag. It's not his fault.
I can't believe
I'm in trouble. I'm sorry.
Try to have him like.
Here. Yep. Mhm. I don't like that one. I can feel one on my shirt. It's so long they get stuck to the back and then like it's my arm, you know?
Adjust yourself. God. Now I know why your dog's batshit insane. I know exactly why right there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, boy,
Sure, my lady, you know.
We just go going out. Come on now.
Fuck it, in 1 second. Fuck that. Okay, I'm trying to get you to tomorrow.
I want to play along to the beach. It's cold, it's not bad.
How bad?
It's not bad. Go on, you get
Sounds like getting sadness.
well.
I mean, someone away from you.
And I'll make dinner later, so if you want to go French, just say what you say. You hear me? I'll go put that chicken stick right away.
Wait, real ball. I'd leave you with your herb. You know, actually, I might want to see how all this plays out. Actually, we just talked about him earlier on the thing. Come on, man. I'm gonna fuck it off. What? Problem you can get high off of. You ever tried to smoke it? Well, how do you know unless you try? Alright, well, I'm gonna leave you guys at that. You have fun with that. Oh my god. This is what happened and how old you are. You're like, you're like 45, right? Like 50?
Let you do whatever it is that you're doing. I don't know exactly what it is, but whatever it is. Wait, you using the more cheese on there? I don't know. I got something hanging out of her mouth. All right, well, have fun. What's the shit? I love you, Phil. Will do. What? Will do, thank you. You're welcome. Oh, shit. Hang on, y'all. Let me get some things put away here. Oh, hey. Sorry about that. Was kind of chit-chat with sister there for a little while. Had some things to get done, and then, yeah, we chit-chat with her. Yeah, I stuck y'all in my pocket for a little while. Shit, man. Hey, Rez, no problem. Good to see you, brother. Wally, good to see you as well, brother. How are we? Shit, man. Let me see something, man. Stuck y'all right in the jacket for a little while. Oh, because I thought I knew I'd be taking a little bit of time, but I didn't think I'd be taking that much time. The fuck is that? What the fuck? Shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Help me break up the monotony of things a little bit, you know? Get away from the desk for a little while. Chit chat with my sister. Oh. Help me break up some things a little bit here at the desk. Oh. Matter of fact, I was gonna say I started to kind of spin out here at my papers a little bit, so yeah, I'm glad I kind of got away from them for a little while. Let me see something here real quick. I found my ruler. And so it's been kind of a quiet day here today. I woke up and got myself around. Sister's just hanging out, getting some monotonous stuff done, so I figured I'd go down there and help her with some of it. Then I got reminded that a member of our community is going live a little bit later tonight. Give me seeing friends for everybody that's familiar with them. Good community over there. Oh yeah.
Life is more legal than you think. Just ask these parents and business owners.
So I'll tune on here again in just a minute, but we are dealing with some commercials. Let me see something.
Now, permits to run their business from home. They're even consulting a legal network attorney about selling their home. When you need a legal hand, turn to LegalZoom.
See something here. Let's see. Hell yeah, Wally, brother. Shit, I'm just chilling out getting a little bit of work done.
After January 2, and file your tax for 70% plus get your biggest refund. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, and student loan interest. File now.
There's a method to my madness. Method in my madness. Watching over me at night. Losing colors in my time. My jealousy, you swallowed the demons I own. There's nothing left for me. I keep thinking back to when we all night. Dirty wishes, you do this, roller coaster, up and down and random motion. Oh, down and closer, get your problems better. Cause I'm done. Get up the walk on my walk and get it down. Get the moment, yeah. Coming down, coming down. The moment is now. At the heart of the God. Here in my arms. It's exactly where I want to be. All I know. Ooh. Fucking man. Open up my face, 'cause I know you're so connected. I need poison there to get my back. I'm going up the flames. Something about it from nothing. Did I go wrong? Nothing good or good song. Medicate me all night long. Medicate me all night long. Okay. Alright, y'all. Give me a moment here, because I gotta clean up. Let me clean up, and I'll leave this going. I'll come back. I'll see if anybody's still hanging around. If not, I'll reboot. Hang on, y'all. One moment. Because I might just put a little bit of playlist on, y'all, while I'm cleaning up. I'll put a little bit of a playlist on for y'all. Let me get that queued up for y'all. Here we go. Don't know if y'all can hear that, but she's running in the background. Give me a little bit. Let me shave and shower here. And I'll be right with y'all. Hey, see you in a minute. One second here for me, y'all. All right.
have your W-2 and file your taxes 100% free, plus get your biggest refund. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, and student loan interest. File now. Your flow changes every day. That's why Tampax has 5 absorbencies to match. What's your combo?
Ah, yeah. Okay, I don't.
Well, just sit on there, and if you feel no back, just lay down next to it. I'm gonna tell you a little bit, you'll see in the book.
Thank you so much, Joe. Love you. Ah,
I'm gonna see how I'm holding up, y'all. I got cleaned up, and all of a sudden, I just feel like shit. So I'm gonna see how I'm doing and decide my next course of action from there. Yeah, I'm putting my chair back for just a minute or two. Oh shit, man. Yeah, I'm just chilling throughout the course of the night. take it easy, play a little bit of Warframe. One type of dude. Yeah, I'm gonna go back for a little bit. I might be up at some point later on tonight. Clear my headspace a little bit. Stay lit, stay lifted. Fucking love y'all. Peace.